Well, today I'm absolutely thrilled to be talking to Laurina Fleure, star of The Bachelor, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Laurina, how are you?
It's good to see you again.
Oh, I think the last time was at the Arias.
Red carpet,
I know.
yes.
How was that?
Fantastic.
And so much has happened for you since then.
Yeah, it's been busy,
I
hey?
know. Tell me about some of the things you've been up to.
Well, since the last time I saw you, I had a massive major stomach surgery. And then after recovering from that, I ran off to America and Europe and fell in love. And then came home and went and did I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, which was fantastic as well.
Yeah.
I remember watching the promos for I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and each week they'd reveal more people, and then all of a sudden, up you came. I was so excited for you.
Yeah, I don't know what they had as my title. I think they had reality star at first, and then throughout the show changed it to model.
Yeah. From The Bachelor, we actually got to know you and learn a lot about you.
Yeah, Bachelor was fantastic.
Lots of fun.
Really, a lot of fun.
Was there a lot of drama?
So much drama, but I think we were closer at the end of it. We would go through our dramas and then we'd sort it out and be closer for it. So as I didn't sort of have the same experience and I'm a Celebrity, we'd have some drama and it would just cause a separation between us all. So I could easily say I loved The Bachelor and I would do that experience again. With I'm a Celebrity, I'm glad I did it, but I probably wouldn't do it again.
So talk us through when you actually arrive in Africa, what happens, where do you go, etc.
You arrive in Johannesburg, and then I stayed overnight at the hotel there, and I was literally across the road, the Intercontinental from the hotel. I had my $250 headphones that Lewis bought me for Christmas around my neck, and they were stolen at the airport from going from the airport to the hotel like that. So as soon as I got a touchdown in Africa, I was robbed.
Oh no.
And yeah, and then a couple of days later you sort of stay in a lodge, deeply immersed in a game park.
Yeah.
And you sort of just wind down there for a couple of days, settle in, sort of get on local time.
Yep.
And then they put you in.
Oh.
Yeah. And then for the next nearly 2 months you're thinking every day of your life, get me out of here.
And that's why they call it that.
That's why they call
I was just going to
that.
say, there was a little bit of criticism in the media with people saying, well, it wasn't really in the deep of the African jungle. So can you tell us about that?
So there isn't actually any jungle in Africa.
Right.
There's some very, very dense bush, and then there's forest.
Right.
So it's sort of like, it was in between bush and forest. There were like a lot of vines with spikes on them. So it sort of was a jungle slash bush.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
But what they've done is they've created this beautiful self-contained area that's got the tok-toki and the shower and the bathroom facilities, and then they've heavily filled that in with lots of ferns and and plant life that resembles more sort of lush jungle.
So I think everybody wants to know, who were your besties out in the jungle?
My besties in the jungle were initially Akmal and Havana, and Akmal left pretty soon after, so it was Havana and Dean.
Right, okay. And what about Bonnie? You seemed to bond with her for a while there?
Bonnie and I didn't really bond so much, no. She's an awesome lady, like I adored her. I thought she was great value, but no, I think she was more identified with Jo Beth in the earlier days when we were sort of having a little bit of a misunderstanding. So I think Bonnie was more Team Jo Beth in those early days, and we didn't really get to bond because of it.
And how hard is it to actually keep your own sort of sense of self and not try and follow in with the pack? Like, there were a few confrontations along the way, especially over food and pushing boundaries there, and because of your stomach surgery.
Yep.
So how was all of that? Was that like majorly stressful?
For me, I always have a very strong sense of self, and it was very confronting to the others that I was my own individual and I was going to do my own thing regardless of whether they approved or not. And I think it really rubbed them up the wrong way. And I don't know if it had anything to do with them being celebrities, that they've got these big egos, that I know how I'm received in my daily life, and I don't come across quite as much confrontation as I did in that circumstance. So I think the others were really identified with doing things all exactly the same, all as a team, and I was very identified with doing things not as an individual, but just I didn't automatically identify with the team. I have a strong sense of self, and I'm going to do what I you know, what I want to. And if that means sneaking in a sachet of salt or eating a piece of chicken, then, you know, crack the shits if you want to. Let it ruin your day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I love the big blow-up lounge that you had as well, or lounge/bed, you know.
That was such a great. That was a saviour, having that blow-up couch in there. Really did.
You'd recommend it?
Definitely.
For people going to that?
Yes, I've got a list of a bunch of things that I think people should take in.
You should write a book.
Yeah.
If you're on the show, you must take the must-haves. Now, right near the end of the show, you actually had Lewis, your partner, come and visit you. Was that a surprise, or did you know it was going to happen?
Every single time I clapped a butterfly, I wish I'd make top 3 and that Lewis will come to Africa and we'll have a holiday in Africa afterwards. So that was my hope every day. That was my inspiration to stay there, because I lived in Cape Town on a short modelling stint when I was about 23, so it was a good like 8 or 9 years ago. And I always wished to go back there. I only stayed for 3 weeks. I was supposed to stay for 2 months, and I loved it. And so it was such a big dream to want to go back and have a holiday there, and to do it with my lover. I thought, that's what kept me in there. Yeah,
which of course you did do after the show.
Yeah.
What sort of things did you do together?
Do you know what? We were just running around in love pretty much for a week. Yeah, all the things you do when you're in love. Just cuddle and shop and lunches and wine and dinners.
And getting away from all the creatures.
Yeah, just couple time really, and it was heaven.
Great. I know everyone is really excited to find out what is coming up for you soon. Can you tell us about some projects you've got on the boil?
I have recently been offered to come and cast for my dream job.
Whoa.
I can't say what it is because I'm too scared I'll jinx it.
Yes.
But if I get this is actually like if I made a wish on a star and said to the universe, I want that role, I'm casting for it in a couple of weeks.
Wow. So you're actually going in for the casting?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that would be my dream come true. But yeah, anything sort of to do with fashion or relationship psychology, lifestyle, beauty, food, cooking, travel, all sort of lifestyle fashion things. But I do have a real taste for behavioural and relationship psychology, which has been awesome. After being on The Bachelor, I've had columns in the magazines talking about that Bachelor and that psyche of the relationships they've got, and that's been a real treat. I've loved that.
So are you the sort of person, do you live more from your head or your heart?
Very much both.
Right.
Very much both. I'm a Gemini, so by nature we're quite dual.
Yes.
So I do have quite opposing aspects of my nature. Some will be very heart-oriented and some will be very head-oriented. And some days they clash and some days they'll work together.
Yeah. And are you spiritual? You seem to have an inner spirituality about you.
Very, very spiritual. I did a meditation course on Brunswick Street when I was like 19. And it was called I think it was just called a positive thinking course, and it taught me to meditate, and that has been the most empowering thing I've ever done in my life. I started traveling on my own after that, and the moments that I felt most happy in my life were when I was on my own in the middle of nowhere, somewhere I didn't know, because it was just so spiritually evolving.
Well, you're very energetic. You're effervescent.
Thank you.
Well, Laurina, it's always great to catch up. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm very excited to hear what Laurina's big announcement is going to be, so stay tuned to find out all about that. I'm Shane Davidson, and this is Celebrity TV Down Under.